right, baby, you know what time it is. It's Apex Esports time, and today we've got a good bit to dive into and discuss regarding some of these pros responding to their haters saying it's time for an Esports World Cup return. Well, let's talk about Apex Esports because there is a few things to dive into. Firstly, starting it off with design. I'm going to a water park, so I'm getting this video done and dusted. Design starts it off by saying, y'all are not ready for this Esports World Cup run. Look, Design's got every right in the world to say what he's about to say. Yes, we have been doubting him, and I know not all of you have agreed with some of the things that I've said, but I've not hated or whatever. I've just said, look, Disguised is not who they once were. They are not looking as good as they need to look, and I don't know what needs to click, but it's not clicking. And of course, Design is feeling that pressure, especially coming off of a split 2 failure, I would say. And to say y'all are not ready for this Esports World Cup run, F a tier list, F everyone that's been hating during all the hiccups. We are about to carry these MFing boats. So very, very impatient to see this Esports World Cup and how Disguised is going to perform. Of course, you know, Design's also got a chip on his shoulder considering that their teammate Timmy has left and moved on to another, organization with Moist or team with Moist, and then Moist is looking good. They make split 2 playoffs and they're also going to World Cup. And yeah, I mean, I get it. I get what they're doing and I understand exactly what's going on. And so, yeah, I get it. I get the, the response to the haters out there. I understand exactly where he's coming from, and I hope the best for Design. I think a lot of us probably all want Disguise to do good. It's just that we're upset that they haven't been doing good. So we'll also take a look at, kind of the recent results with Scrims in just a second. But before we go there, it's a lot of questions right now as far as what the meta will be. Of course, don't forget, it's just not going to be the same as the ALGS. You do not have the POI drafts going through right now. So it is going to be a little bit of a trip down memory lane. You are going to have also apparently some fan voted maps at some point during the tournament, like elimination bracket. You're supposedly going to have Olympus and Kings Canyon make some appearance in there. Going to be very, very weird to see a lot of this, but for the most part, the tournament, yes, will be Storm Point. It will be World's Edge as well. However, some of the legend metas might be a little shaky because we thought that we were going to be getting rid of this Fuse Cheese meta with the Fuse Ultimate hitting the evac tower and all of this stuff that was going on. I think they patched the grenades first. Well, then they had this come out with a lifeline package, right? You could still put it on the lifeline package, and obviously that could be a problem. And you could see, obviously, as it's coming out of midair, it does make a very wide appearance, I guess, here. But that's not all. There is actually a way to still do it on the evac towers. Basically, I guess if you smoke the bottom of the evac tower, it now allows you to still do the evac tower. So this is going to be easy because people are using Bangalore inside the comp meta. So it is going to be a breeze probably. Like, this is not going, like, here it goes. They first off said it wasn't an exploit. Now it seems like it is an exploit, but it's still in the game. What are they going to do? How are they going to approach this? Riley has started off saying these devs called the Fuse exploit intentional, basically saying like it wasn't an exploit for freaking months while Pro League was going on. Now they suddenly decide it's a bug and it shouldn't be in the game. I mean, I agree, man. It is stupid. Like, they are very oftentimes double-minded or, I guess two-faced. I don't know. They have 3, 4, 5 different opinions on things, and you never know what the truth could be. Crow came out and asked, well, where did they call this intentional? People were saying that, but I haven't seen them say anything. And then Loopy confirmed, obviously former, second place at World Champ coach, current coach. And this guy said in the ALGS server, Tab, which was Zach Conley, had said he was relaying information from the dev team and said that the Fuse evac tower interaction was working as intended. So like we see that now you're trying to patch it, but you never said that it was a bug. You never said it was an exploit. Now all of a sudden you're making it seem like that. What is the truth and what is really going on? So yes, it does seem to be back. Just pop that bank smoke on there and you are back to normal. Even though they tried to patch it, they just simply can't get it done, it seems like. Also, you had Light come out to say this surely has to be labeled as an exploit now, right? Like, they were obviously trying to patch it, but they're not saying anything. The comms are not there. So yeah, anyways, that's just where we are. Also, it's very interesting to look at all of these teams competing at the Esports World Cup and how they have developed or evolved over the last couple of weeks. Of course, Disguised no longer rocking this roster. Timmy over here on Moist. MT no longer on Moist, playing with Guild. You've also got TSM now finding their third, going to be Zapto, and Zap not on E8 anymore. I mean, take a look how many roster changes have developed over the last couple of weeks. It's crazy. Omit no longer with Omit anymore, now Gaming Gladiators. You've got Reject Winity now with Crazy Raccoon, and vice versa, you know, Crazy Raccoon with Reject Winity. So it has changed quite a bit, and I'm interested to see how it all falls into place over the next couple of weeks as well. Tripods, of course, and Team O Nocturnal. All of these guys have organizations now, and Leave No Witness has also changed. So here we go. Time will tell exactly, and Geared Gaming as well, how these guys actually compete. So it just goes to show you how fast roster mania can take place. And what's crazy is this isn't even real roster mania, I guess. Like, you are still awaiting the big roster changes coming from ALGS Split 2 playoffs after, you know, they are completed. So there's a lot of teams that are holding off on roster changes because of World Cup, and I wonder if they perform at World Cup, would they basically, you know, have prevented a roster change that more than likely would have happened from a lack thereof of Pro League, right? Like, Pro League had a lot of upsets and people not playing good. Normally you would see a change in that, but if they show up at World Cup, are they, you know, suddenly going to you know, not need to make a change anymore? Well, let's take a look at how these results have been as of late. Just want to let you know, EMEA absolutely on top right now. EMEA has been really stepping it up, so big props to those guys. Aurora in first, Makers in second, FaZe Clan, right? All EMEA in the top three there. DMS, Liquid, Gaming Gladiators, EXL, Guild, Team Falcons, and Alliance in the top 10. Then you go into Group B from that day. Alliance, DMS, and TSM. So EMEA winning once again. And that's SSG in fourth, NRG in fifth, Elevate in sixth, Falcons in seventh, Guild in eighth, TIE in ninth, and Virtus Pro in 10th. Then you move into yesterday's games. This was Group B once again. Aurora winning again, first place. Riddle Order in second, Mizuchi, which is Moist Esports, in third, Fnatic, Guild, Virtus Pro, Elevate, SSG, Alliance, and Navi in the top 10. So very interesting set again. And then in Group A, NIP in first place. So it has been all EMEA taking the dub as of late. Disguised finally in second. Of course, they are getting some of the performances that they need. Will they be able to continue this on into LAN? Obviously, it is next week, guys. We are really close to this LAN, and it is a big one. And obviously a lot of money on the line here. Aurora in fourth, GHS, Gaming Gladiators, Crazy Raccoon, Geek, LG, and Guild in the top 10 there. So interested to see how it all falls into place. I think I am really rooting for NIP because I don't really want to see a roster change as far as like the players. I love those players. We know those players. They've been together for quite a bit. And I know they were probably on the way to make a roster change considering the lack of performance from ALGS Split 2 Pro League. Now, will this be their saving grace? Will they be able to bounce back? If they don't, I do proceed, or I do kind of plan that a roster change will take place. It just has to at that point. Disguised is another one. I mean, obviously, they just come off of a roster change. Timmy kind of improves on his team. Doesn't seem like Disguised can say the same. So hopefully they can bounce back, and this can be a moment for them that they can kind of cherish. But if not, I once again think that Disguised will be forced to make another change on top of this. So interested to see how it all falls into place. Let us know who you're looking for. Lastly, as we wrap it up, I think one of the big moments that we're looking for the next upcoming season, right? Split or season 22 is right around the corner. Will ranked get better? Will, you know, the game in general get better? They did say they were going to improve their communication with cheaters, game stability, and more than just the battle pass related stuff. Obviously that leaks into some competitive of the game. So very interested to see if we get any of this stuff. Like Sykes says, you know, we need weekly tournaments back, whether it be Realm or whether it be Apex doing their own thing. Even the ranked rumble, I know it doesn't sound like a crazy thing, but I mean, I think that has a lot of potential if they have good rewards, maybe some cash cups, maybe some Fortnite style prizes. We've been saying that for a while, and man, if they did that, I would genuinely probably come back to play a lot more of Apex than what I do right now. Also, Apex Pro, if you haven't seen this one already, just as we wrap it up, Pro Bullet L has been banned and unbanned now after 3 days because he killed some cheaters on Apex, and they had the ability to go mass report him, and the bro got a 7-day suspension. Really crazy stuff going on, and unfortunate that this kind of stuff happens. The cheaters have the power a lot of time. Let us know what you're thinking down in the comment section below about all the topics mentioned in today's video. What rosters really need to just make a change? And until the next time, we'll see you all later, Gators.